If there are gays, we ask. And I took a sip of water. Maybe someone will get smart on this topic while I take a sip of water. Who's going to get smart? Well, someone be smart. Marina, be smart. It's a psychic reactor. Give me a break too. I've already done it today. What time is it here? Like a bird talker. Do you understand?
I wanted to ask you a question, but I'll have to ask myself. There's no one else here, right? Yes. So my friends ask the question, what is yoga? But you answered today, of course. And people can already understand everything from this, right? But there is a second question, which suggests that they still did not understand. They say, no, well, wait, as if everything is clear, but why is spiritual knowledge also called yoga? And exercises are also called yoga. Are these different yogas? That's the question.
In general, you raise a good question. Yeah. So this is the one. Here you can announce the topic of the lecture, what is yoga, and read one lecture every day for 10 years. And each time it will be a completely new lecture, because you can approach it completely from different sides, right? Do you remember this anecdote for probably 6 years or something? I don't remember. It means that the Prime Minister of India has arrived in Moscow, so he meets with Putin and give him something like, let's do yoga. So, and he answered him like, well, yoga is not only physical, but also spiritual. This is the very teaching. Then yes. Well, consider that I started from the other side. Yes, that is, here in the sense that, well, if you start again from these heights, what is life? Yes. Then it's easier for someone to start with physical education. It's just easier. For example, it was easier for me to start with physical education. And I remember I was very carried away by all these ascetic moments like this. A man held ducks in his hands, right? It's somehow all beautiful, beautiful. Then the body began to transform the brain somehow. And before me, well, how would I slowly begin to understand what is meant at all? Because for this, well, I have an abstraction. They tell us about something that I can't feel. I can't recognize there, without saying they're about religion. But you see, when I was little, there was still the Soviet Union. There wasn't really much religion there, nothing at all. This is what I am saying now to the Renaissance. Here, and then there was nothing at all. But then, too, one says one thing, another, another. The native Communist Party generally says that materialism is nothing. You came out of the dust, dust, and you will remain. Let's say it was much easier for me, easier for Fizz. I remember, here's the movie Indian Yogs came out, who are they? It makes a very strong impression on the abilities, superpowers that Yogs demonstrate, that yes, they really are there with their body. Because this is, well, how to say it, this is the very first thing, that this is not some kind of bullshit, yes. But this is something real, from real life. And it is much easier for someone to go physically, without bothering with all this spirituality, with all these higher spheres, because, not because they are against it. They just don't know anything about it. And somehow so. And religion is what bad religions are. You just stick your head in there. They start you like, come on, come to us. Everything, you're already ours. Everything, here. And people are especially so freedom-loving, somehow they instantly feel that this is it. In this respect, yoga is closest to, once again, to modern science in the West. This is also intelligent. I even thought too, here we are, as it is yoga, as a community of open yoga, a community of intelligent people, studying yoga as a system of self-knowledge. That is, not as a religion, where puyas are puffed up, not as anything else, yes, intelligent people. This is a reference to the Soviet Union, which, well, there is some, you know. Well, yes, this was a very strange phenomenon in the Soviet Union, which, by the way, has not been anywhere in any other country in the world, as far as I know. That's how the Soviet intelligentsia was. It was a unique phenomenon, because look, this question of survival was not put there harshly. That is, that you had to think there every day, and they would take you to work there. You would have money there. Come on, what are you? We were imprisoned for parasitism. You try not to work in the Soviet Union again, right? Here. You're not starving. Yes, you won't be missing something there, and therefore, I would like everyone to be richer. I would like everyone to have some Western frills there, but without them it was possible, and there was no fear of tomorrow. This is what started right now in modern Russia. When this capitalism happened, for example, it's a shock for me. I feel like I got into business later, learned how to earn money, but I still have this fear, shock. I'm walking up to the subway there, and the cost of the check has been raised by 5 rubles again. What am I going to eat? How will I live? Here I have real inside, everything shrinks, everything flies under the slopes. Why? Well, because these 90s, they didn't pass without a trace, you understand, right? And in the Soviet years, this did not happen, and people could not think about a piece of bread in the sense that we now think that everything. Tomorrow everything will die, because we have another perestroika here. Or we have a final and irrevocable victory of capitalism, or whatever. I don't know what to expect, you know, yes or no, it's not capitalism anymore. There will be something else, and people have started more of what is called a period of stagnation, as I see it. It was not a period of stagnation, it was, in spiritual terms, well, how to say, a golden age. Why? Because everything that everything was open. If you needed yoga knowledge, you would have